Hello, everyone. Welcome to another TGIF episode of the Aunty Pharmacist podcast. And of course, welcome to the month of March. So, happy new month, guys. Wow, it's already the third month. How time flies. That phrase can never get old. Wow, time is really flying. Well, I hope that you guys are dealing with this heat. Like, I don't even know where it came from, especially here in Nigeria. It is terrible. The heat is something else, and I hope it's not showing you too much shaky. So without even beating about the bush, that's what I'm talking about today. I don't even know how you guys surviving this heat. Please just tell me, answer me under the Q&A section. I'm really interested. But on today's episode, I'll just be giving you a few tips, all right, for dealing with extreme heat and to prevent heat illnesses, which is why my topic is dealing with extreme heat and prevention of heat illnesses. I bet you that a lot of people do not know that there are several illnesses that come with heat, that is extremely high temperatures. A lot of people do not even pay attention to it. Like, do people really get sick because of heat? Yes, people do, all right? And according to statistics, heat illnesses are one of the highest causes of death during summertime or during hot periods, hot weather. So I think it is pertinent that we know how to protect ourselves during this period. Just like during the cold, we know how to, wear clothes to warm up, know how to take warm stuff. The same thing during hot weather. We should not just wing it that, yes, it is hot, we know, we'll just sweat it and forget about it and await the cold weather or await the rain. I know a lot of my audience live in Nigeria, but even if you're listening from other parts of the world where it is not hot right now, I'm sure that there will be a time when it will be hot because, weather changes, and this podcast, this episode will be useful for you then. So it's a pertinent topic that's relevant and useful for everybody. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Of course, when we say that something is hot, you know what it means, the feel. But then you know that there is hot and then there is hot, like HOT, that capital letter. That is temperatures that are extremely high, that you can almost not deal with. And I believe that that's what we are experiencing right around this time in Nigeria. So extreme heat is that period of very high heat and humidity with temperatures very high. Normally your body temperature should be higher than the room temperature or the temperature of your environment. That's why you feel that cooling effect. But when your body temperature is now competing with the temperature of the environment, or that of the environment is even higher than your body temperature, that is where the problem comes in. And that's what is happening right now. So in extreme heat, your body works extra hard to maintain that normal temperature, and this can lead to death. All right? People that are most vulnerable are older adults, children, sick, or overweight individuals. They are at greater risk of this extreme heat. And humidity. You know what humidity is? The amount of moisture in the atmosphere, in the environment. This increases the feeling of heat. So there are some preventive measures that you should actually take to help you cope with it when it comes, like this period now. And I'll be sharing some of them with you. So the first thing that you should do is to do outdoor activities during the coolest part of the day. That is early in the morning or in the evenings when it's not so hot. Another thing is exercise in an air-conditioned space if possible, or do water workouts. You can go in the pool and throw balls. This is not the time for you to say you want to do fit farm or gym something and you go to the gym for hours. It could lead to one of the heat illnesses, which I'll be talking about soon. All right. Another thing is try to stay in the shade when outdoors during peak sunlight. Just hold on to this phrase: shade is your friend. This period, please just find a cool place to rest whenever you can. All right, try to stay in the shade as much as possible. And even now, you should use your umbrella. Okay, umbrellas are not just for rainy season. It helps shade you from the effect of the sun, from the heat in the environment at least. So please carry your umbrellas with you. They are portable ones now that you can throw in your bags, or even they are handy. All right. Then drink plenty of liquids, especially water. All right. This period is the period when you should not leave your house without a big bottle of water. Per day, you should consume nothing less than 1 liter or even 2 liters of water, because dehydration is very common this period. You're sweating a lot, you see, so you're losing a lot of body water. You should be replenishing it, okay? Because dehydration can lead to a lot of problems, its illnesses like heat stroke and the rest, which I'll be talking about later. And why we say drink plenty of fluids, please, water is your best friend this period. Avoid drinks that contain alcohol or caffeine. All right, they do more harm than good this period. They reduce your body water even further. Then wear protective clothing such as long sleeve shirts, long pants to block out the sun's harmful rays. Choose light colored, loose fitting clothing. This is not the time to be wearing body hugs, and this is not the time to be dressing in black, even if black is your favorite color. Choose lighter colors, because those, they reflect light, they reflect it, they divert it away from you, unlike black materials that absorb it. Then you should use light clothing, not wool this time, not brocade, not jacquard, not things that are so close knitted. Do you understand? Wear clothes that are free, that will make you free, that will allow air enter into your body. Okay, apart from the fact that you won't even be comfortable, you would sweat, and the clothes would plaster all over your body. It could also lead to body odor. During it like this, you could be in a situation where you are with others, maybe in a public transport or in a space. It will not be nice if you're smelling around people. But when the whole body is aerated, even if you sweat, at least that hair that is coming in will help dry the sweat. Do you understand? Use sunscreen. It is very important this period. A lot of sunscreens are water-based, so it's not like they will even cause you to sweat more, because absorbing UV rays is not really good for the skin, and we know what our planet has become. The whole depletion of ozone layer and all of that has made people even more open to UV rays, which are very harmful to the body, that radiation. So choose sunscreen with protection factor of at least 15. All right, and reapply frequently to those parts of your body that are usually exposed to the sun. Use sunglasses as well, not fashion sunglasses, but the ones that will actually block the UV rays. Okay, then use air conditioning. All right, this is the time to use air conditioning. Please, this is not the time to depend on fan for anything, because fan cannot be a primary cooling equipment this period. It is the air in the environment that fans circulate. That is why you notice that this period, when you switch on your fan, it starts blowing hot, because the air in the environment is hot, the humidity is very high. So it is better to use your air con. If you don't have air con, and let me give you an expo, go to very cool places, public spaces that have air con. You can go to the supermarket, you can even go to the bank, go and collect a little AC, or maybe there's a big tree in your community that has shade. You can go under it. Those leaves will blow you collect cool breeze. This is the period for that. All those outdoor activities where you just collect cool breeze, or you just go in, do window shopping in a very ambient environment that has good AC. This is the time to do all of that. All right, so these are the things that you can do this period. And please reduce the application of creams this period. It is not good for you. You know why? Because the heat is enough. That cream, it's like an occlusive. It will prevent sweat from even coming out of your body. That's one. And you know that sweat itself serves as a coolant. It has a cooling effect on the body. That is the primary aim of sweating, apart from the fact that it helps to excrete waste, like some salts from the body. So you should not use cream that will prevent you from sweating, that will even increase your body heat. Just minimal application. That's if you have to at all. If you are wearing protective clothing that will cover most of your body, I don't think you have to cream this period. Okay, this is not a matter that your body will be peeling or that will be white. This is the time that your body will be moist throughout the day or most part of the day. So you don't need to cream. Alright, so that is another tip for you. So these are the things you can do. And lastly, please take your bath as many times as possible. As many times. Recently, somebody told me that he took his bath 7 times in a day. Please, if you can, do it. Find a means to just cool your body. It can be that bad, I tell you, especially in populated areas. Let me not mention some cities that people are overpopulated there. Even during cold weather, people still feel it, not to talk of this period. So take your bath as much as possible. Take cool water, cold drinks. Water, not caffeine, not alcohol. Alright, so now I'll be discussing the heat illnesses and their symptoms, then how to deal with them. I've told you how to actually prevent them, alright, how to deal with this extreme heat that we're experiencing. Now let's talk about these heat illnesses that a lot of people are not even aware of. There are actually 6. Number 1 is heat stroke. Number 2, heat exhaustion. Number 3, rhabdomyolysis. Number 4, heat syncope. 5, heat cramps. And 6, heat rash. So heat stroke, the first one, is the most serious heat-related illness, and it happens when the body can no longer control its temperature. The body's temperature just rises rapidly. It can go to as high as 40 or 41 degrees Celsius within 10 to 15 minutes. And you know the normal body temperature is 37.5 degrees Celsius. If it's plus 2 degrees, we should be worried, not to talk of going up to 41. Do you understand? That is heat stroke, and it can cause permanent disability or death if the person does not receive emergency treatment. Now the symptoms of heat stroke: confusion, altered mental status or slurred speech, loss of consciousness like coma. You can't even put thoughts together anymore, and before you know it, you're fainting, you're losing consciousness. Your skin is hot, dry, and you're sweating profusely. You might just be coming down with heat stroke. It could also lead to seizure, because if you notice, these symptoms have to do with the central nervous system. It's messing with your brain that coordinates your activities, your thinking, your balance, and all of that. Very high body temperature is another symptom. When you are feeling your body and it's like you are feeling the back of a hot kettle, you should be worried and you should find your way to the nearest hospital if you can. But there are things that you should do first, which I'll get to. And if treatment is delayed, it can be fatal. It could just lead to death. I told you it could lead to coma, and the person may just never wake up. May that not be you. So these are the things that you should do when you feel like you're having heat stroke, you're seeing the symptoms, or somebody around you has it. Alright, the first thing is to move to a shaded area, a cool area. Remove outer clothing. Remove your clothing. If it's singlet that will remain on your body, let it remain. Then cool yourself with either cold water or ice bath if possible. Wet the skin, for that cooling effect. Place cold wet clothes on the skin, all around the skin, or you soak the cloth in cold water and put around your body. Then make sure that there's proper ventilation. Alright, let the person or yourself, if you are the one feeling it, do not go to a cramped area where there is no ventilation. Make sure that there is air circulation around. The particular places that you should place the cold wet clothes that you're going to place on your skin are those places like the head, the neck, the armpit, the groin. Alright, those are places that you should put it. Once you do this, then take water. Once you do this, you can stem the effect of heat stroke and calm it down, and gradually your body temperature will return to normal. Then number 2, heat exhaustion is the body's response to excessive loss of water and salt, usually through excessive sweating, and it is most likely to affect the elderly, people with high blood pressure, and those working in hot environments like factories, like bakeries, or people that are usually in the car, like people that drive all day, drivers, because cars are mostly made of metal and they absorb heat. That's why when you park your car outside, after a while you are going inside it, it is so hot that you can't even touch the body. And if you get inside it, it's so hot. This is not the time where you should park your car and you should wind up like so much that there's no space that air can even circulate. Then you come back outside from wherever you went and want to enter the car and drive somewhere. It is dangerous. And this is not the time you should leave children in the car or an elderly person. No, I'm going to the bank, wait for me inside the car. No, please, you should go together. Leave that car, because like I said, it absorbs heat and it could lead to heat exhaustion. Now, symptoms of heat exhaustion: headache, nausea, dizziness, weakness, irritability, thirst. Of course, you feel thirsty. Heavy sweating, that's the major characteristics. Elevated body temperature, of course, and decreased urine output. Well, you are sweating a lot. The urine that you bring out will be so small and it will be very concentrated. That's why your urine will be Coke colored or Lipton tea colored. If you're seeing your urine that way, you should be very careful. Some people also feel like they don't even get themselves. They feel hot from the inside, like their system has just scattered, in quotes. That could be the onset heat exhaustion. And what you should do is, 1, remove yourself from that hot area, that place where you are feeling uncomfortable. Just leave there, go to a cooler place, a well ventilated place, then remove the clothing, just like for heat stroke, including shoes and socks. Use cold compresses on the head, on the face, on the neck. Alright, then take frequent sips of cool water. That will calm you down. That's what you should do for heat exhaustion. Now, the third one, rhabdomyolysis. This has to do with your muscles. Okay, it's a medical condition that is associated with heat stress and prolonged physical exertion. So it causes rapid breakdown and rupture and even death of muscles. When muscle tissues die, electrolytes and large proteins are then released into the bloodstream, and this causes irregular heart rhythm, seizure, and damage to kidneys. Are you hearing? So those that it is this time that you want to be gymming 24/7, please take it easy. Don't go and have rhabdomyolysis. You're utilizing your muscle while you are exercising. Let your muscle not go and rupture. Let it not go and break down. Let it not go and release unnecessary things into your blood that can cause problem for you. So the symptoms, they are just simple: muscle cramps and pain. Especially this period when you know that you are doing some activities and you are feeling muscle cramp, please step it down. Abnormally dark urine, like tea or Coca-Cola colored, like I mentioned earlier. Weakness, of course, the muscle will start getting tired. Then you can't tolerate exercises anymore. Maybe you used to do plank for 30 minutes. Now you're doing for 15 minutes and you're shaking violently. You used to squat and you can't do it anymore. You used to walk for like 30 minutes. Now you are doing 15 minutes and you are really feeling weak. Please be mindful. Then sometimes you could not even feel anything. It may be asymptomatic. You just feel like you just sit down one time, you just become weak. Maybe you can just go from 100 to 0. That's why you should take it easy. Let it not even get there in the first place. So these are the things you should do immediately as first aid. Just stop the activity. Once you are feeling that way, stop it immediately. Drink more liquids. Of course, water. Water is your friend this time, please. Water everywhere. Seek immediate care at the nearest medical facility. If you see yourself shaking, maybe one of your limbs is not responding and all of that, okay? And of course, you do your blood tests to be sure that you don't have rhabdomyolysis. All right. Now to number 4, it's syncope. Syncope is fainting. All right. So it is a fainting episode or dizziness that usually occurs when you stand for too long or suddenly you're standing up after sitting or lying down. And factors that may contribute to its syncope are 2: dehydration and lack of acclimatization. Alright, dehydration, number 1. You faint. Maybe you have been staying on a queue for so long. Maybe you are queuing at the ATM under the sun, or you are queuing somewhere for so long. Everything everywhere is hot. You could just faint. That's its syncope. Alright, and it could be as a result of dehydration. Another thing is acclimatization. Yes, like you have not acclimatized to that environment. Maybe you just entered somewhere from a very cold environment, you just entered a hot place. Maybe you've been at work all day where AC was on, you just went out into the sun. Heat syncope could just happen and you just faint. So symptoms: fainting. It's like a dizzy spell, fainting spell, a short duration. It's not like you have gone into a coma. You feel dizzy, you feel lightheaded, maybe from standing too long or standing suddenly from a sitting or lying position. The blood regulates temperature, you see. So it's like your blood just moves suddenly from one part of your body to the other. As you stand up, your blood just rushes straight to your head. You feel dizzy or you faint, or as you are lying down, you just got up and you started walking immediately, blood just rushes to your legs and you just feel weakness and you just fall down. So those are symptoms of heat syncope. And what you should do is sit or lie down in a cool place once you feel that way. Cool place. See, I'm saying it again, shade is your friend this period. And number 2, water is your friend. Water does not have enemy, right? This time it is your best friend. Even forget that Grammy thing. Water is no longer our enemy in Nigeria. Water is our friend this period. Slowly drink water, clear juice, alright, or sports drink. I would not even advise sports drink. Slowly drink water, clear juice, or this oral rehydration salt. Yes, you can put it in 1 liter of water, your ORS, and be carrying it about. Just be sipping it small. Do you understand? It is better. Now to the second to the last, heat cramps. They affect people that sweat a lot during strenuous activity. Sweating depletes the body salt and moisture levels, like I've mentioned earlier. So low salt level in your muscles causes painful cramps. Heat cramps, you see, can be a symptom of heat exhaustion. I talked about heat exhaustion earlier. That has to do with muscle weakness. So heat cramps can be a symptom. So of course the symptoms are muscle cramps, pain, spasms in your abdomen, your arms or legs. This usually happens mostly when you're exercising during hot weather. Of course, modern gyms should have ACs, but even at that, it may not be sufficient. Or those that actually do exercises outside, outdoor exercises, some aerobics, you could have heat cramps. So please be careful with it. What you should do, of course, is drink water and take something, to boost your glucose, to give you that energy. Do you understand? Replace your electrolytes. Like I said, you can carry water, ORS, and pour ORS inside it and take it. Please don't take salt tablets too, because that can do you more harm than good. It causes retention of water. That could be another problem. Okay. Now, the last one is heat rash. It's a skin irritation caused by excessive sweating during hot, humid weather. Alright? So the symptoms are red clusters of pimples or small blisters around your body or your skin, and they appear on the neck, the upper chest, the groin, under the breast, in elbow creases, places that are usually not exposed, places that are covered by another body part or covered by clothing, places that are hot normally. Even in cold weather, those places are hot. Not to talk of hot weather, you see. Those are places that heat rashes occur. So what you can do is walk in cooler, less humid environment if possible. Then keep the rash area dry, okay? Make sure that you have an handkerchief with you to clean up all the time. Don't let sweat stay there, because it's that sweat gone that is causing the rash. Apply powder to increase comfort. It reduces the friction and the slimy thing, do you get, because of the sweat. It mops up the sweat and gives you some comfort. Most powders, better ones like dusting powder, they give you some kind of peppery, minty thing that even gives you more comfort. Alright, not just any powder. Then please don't use ointment and creams. I talked about creams earlier, how they are not compatible with your skin during hot weather. So don't use ointment and creams this time for heat rash. If you have rashes in cold weather, maybe, but in the heat, using creams are occlusive. I've said it. So are ointments. Maybe lotions are not as occlusive, but even that, you don't need them. Just use the powder. Then make sure that the places are dry. Alright? Most places that itch rashes occur, like I said, are places that are usually covered, and they are places that are prone to it normally because they are not exposed to air. Air does not go there. But the places that hair goes, like that are exposed, like your neck, your face, why they have rashes is because of the contact. You wear your clothes, you have collars, you have necklines, they will definitely touch your neck. You make hair as a woman, as a lady, it will touch your neck. So it could even cause it some kind of way, right? Then your hair normally produces oil. This oil is an occlusive, like I said. Before you know it, you're sweating, the sweat touches your face, then it stays for a while, dries on heat, it causes rash. Do you understand? Or it could even be the product you use on your face, your powder and all of that. Please, this heat period is not the time to be doing again makeup. Before you know it, it will smear because sweat will not even let it stay. These are things that you should do during hot weather to make yourself even more comfortable and to prevent all these heat illnesses. So, this is what I have for you. If you will not take anything home today, just take these two things. Number one, hydration is key. Drink water as much as possible. Number two, shade is your friend. Anywhere, if you are walking or if you see one cool place, please go and stay there. Recoup your energy. Take some cool air before you continue your activity. Alright? So that is what I have for you today. And it's a good thing that we're starting the new month with this. So hold this with you in the new month and practice it to avoid heat illnesses as we pray and expect rain, alright, and cool weather back. So thank you so much for listening up to this point. Now, I will say it again. Please, please, and please follow, like, subscribe to this podcast. We need your help, guys. Help support Aunty Pharmacist podcast. And most importantly, share. If you don't share this thing, you are selfish. It's not good to be selfish. You have access to good information that could help people. Why not share it with them? The more you share, the more people are exposed to this information, and the more they stay healthy. This economy is not the one where you should be spending money on illnesses, and these are the information that can help you. Awareness is key. So please share the podcast. You'll be helping people stay healthy. You will also be helping us as a podcast to grow. If you have questions, you can ask your questions, make your comments under the Q&A section of this podcast on Spotify, or you can even send us a mail through auntypharmacistpodcast@gmail.com. Alright, you can suggest topics to us. You can engage us on our social media platform on IG, Aunty Pharmacist Podcast, on X at Farm Podcaster. And like I said, on LinkedIn, Adebisi Joseph Bimisola. Alright? Ask your questions randomly about your medications, about your health. I'll be sure to answer you. So thank you so much for staying with us up to this point. Your encouragement, your subscription is what has kept us going. And we are hoping for more as the Oliver Twist that we are. Thank you so much, guys. So enjoy the rest of the month. It shall be full of blessings for you by the grace of God. Till next time, stay healthy and God bless you.